Hey guys, back in the garage again, working on patches. Game plan for today. It's all pretty much blocked down. It's blocked down, hit with 320. I think this car's ready. There's nothing that jumps out on me at all on this car. And if I did miss anything, I don't think it's going to be that terrible. I think we got this car down pretty good. So game plan, what I want to try to get done today. I want to try to get this car out over there. I have to air it all out, wash it, clean it all up and everything. So while it's sitting out over there, I'm hoping to get this all cleaned up. I'm going to wash the floor down. I want to mist all this down, try to clean up as much as we can. I want to take this here. Oh, I sanded this down too. I'm going to take all this and put it outside so we can clean everything up really nice. And it's not going to be perfect, but I just want to try to get it as clean as we can to try to knock down as much as the dust as we can. It's still going to get wet sanded out, but the less that we get in the paint, the better off. And I know it's hard in this garage, especially if you're doing the body work in here and painting it in here. I still have to drop plastic down over here. And then I'll bring it up to the workbench and then drop it down to try to keep all this dust down as best we can. I'm going to air it all out and everything. You know me with my leaf blower. I'll blow it all out of here. But I want to try to get it as clean as I can and try to get as much dust out of here as we can. And we got to put a chain around the rear axle and water that down and stuff. So, I mean, there's a little bit left to do. And maybe today, I don't know if today, maybe we'll get this thing in paint. I'm not sure yet because there's a few other things that I got to do. And also what I want to try to do is because I've been working in here kind of late. I've been working probably, for me, 7 hours is a long time. And, that's, I get those videos out so late. And the last few, I really didn't edit a lot of it out because it just takes a little time to do it. So I just kind of just let it go because generally I don't run an hour video. I try not to. 35 minutes, maybe 40, right around there. That's kind of like the time that I like to run. But sometimes, it's like I say, when I edit it, it takes me some time. So sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to let it go. And if you guys want to watch it, great. If not, I understand. So, me, I could just babble on forever. So what I want to try to do is tonight, I want to try to set up a quick live just to see if it works, just like a test type of thing. And if you see it pop up as a live, it's not, I'm just really just trying to test it. I mean, if you see it, you say hello or something like that, that's awesome. But I really just want to see if it's going to work to try to do a live for Friday with Mr. Wilson and go over what the build was on this car, the cost on this car, and, a few things that are left on it that I still have to buy. And I got to say, this one right here, it didn't break the bank. It really didn't, because other than the rear spoiler right there, almost everything else is either, given to me, donated to me. It was awesome. I can't thank everybody. I can't thank you guys enough. A friend of mine called me up. He's like, Al, I got a whole brake line kit for you. The company sent me two. He's like, do you need front, the brake lines and everything? And I'm like, sure. So I think we have a pretty decent amount of stuff to get this car done. I was shooting for the end of the month to have this car all finished, but it's not going to happen. I just lost too many days between not feeling well. So I probably have another, realistically, I think I can have this car done within 2 weeks. But, it's just, I've been cramming so much, and the body work, you see, it just takes a long time. It's over and over and over, longboard, sand it down. And especially when you think you're done, you're only halfway done. But now I think we're done, so we might be 3/4 of the way done on this car right here. But it's not looking bad at all. It's so nice and smooth. Super smooth. No ridges, no bumps, no nothing on it. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I think we got everything out. I'm looking so forward to seeing how this quarter panel came out. I don't know if you could see it. This quarter panel was just so bad. And this one too. This one, they definitely needed work. The doors were okay. I had those doors hanging on the wall. I don't know if you guys remember. They were probably hanging on that wall right over there for about a year. Those came with another car. The gentleman gave them to me. So really, I really didn't have to get anything for this car other than the rear spoiler. I got a good deal on the motor. We'll go over the whole build. We'll go over everything, what this car costs. If you came across this car and what you had to do, it's not going to be labor. Labor is, it's what it's worth to you. I'm just really talking out of pocket expense on what it's going to cost to get one of these cars up and running and going again with what I had. You know, you guys might have an entire car, all the parts and everything, so it'll cost even less. It's just really just labor. So, you know me, like I say, I could just keep babbling on. What I want to do is get this car outside so we can start cleaning up the inside of this garage and getting it ready. Alrighty, so give me a second. Let me set the camera up, and I'll be right back, okay? Alright, what do you say we get this thing out of here? Oh gosh. That would be a bummer if I hit the wall of my truck, huh? Ooh, that would be terrible. Okay. There we go. Not too bad. Oh gosh. Oh man. And there we go. All right, so we got this out. Now let's get this out of here. You know, let me move you guys over here. We're going to be bringing this outside. I want to put the trunk deck right on top of that for now. Everything's always for now. Oh gosh. Look at that shine. That's show quality right there. Oh no. I got to put a blanket down. Oh boy. Well, how are we going to do this? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I put it on top of the garbage pail over there. Get this dusty mess out of here. Ooh, there's just so much dust here. It's crazy. All right. Now we gotta get the hood out of here. Oh, spoiler. Gotta scuff this down too. I forgot about that. Okay. Whew. Wow, it looks. I'm not gonna say it looks better already because it doesn't. It's just a dusty mess. My son's coming over here to give me a hand, which is nice. So we can get a decent amount done. Oh, now we gotta grab this hood. Oh boy. Should I wait? Let me see. If I lift at my back. Oh yeah. We're in good shape. Let me just move it over here a little bit. Now we're in better shape. I was just going to grab the leaf blower and just blow off everything right here. And then we'll start in here. And try to get as much dust out here as we can. I know it's going to be hard. Especially when you're sanding and everything in here. You know, it's almost like shoveling against the tide, I guess. But we're going to get this. We should get it. I think we're okay. There we go. Put that there and there. Now, you know me with my leaf blower. I'm going to need a mask for this, though. Oh, let's get this out of here. We're not going to need this. Oh, this is going to be a dusty mess. Wow, I see it already. All right, guys, here we go. Let me go turn this camera off, because these guys aren't going to want to hear us BS. Well, maybe you might want to hear us BS. Hold on. All right, guys, Jerome's here. He just pops in like, oh. He just pops in out of nowhere. You know, it's like a genie. Here's the car. So what do you think so far?
It's pretty desirable.
Looks like a 69 Camaro. It looks desirable. It looks like a 69 Camaro.
The primer spots?
What's that?
The primer spots, you sanded them?
Yeah.
220, you got 320?
220 and 320.
How does it feel?
Not bad. Doesn't feel too bad, honestly. This is what you got to check out. Remember the issue here?
Yeah.
I'm going to hit this a little lightly. I'm looking at it now.
How
Faintly.
many coats you put on?
I put one coat on.
That's
Well,
it?
yeah, but I went pretty decent on it.
I know that.
I think you got that trouble out of there.
Most of it's gone.
Yeah.
But that primary is high build. You're going to put 2 or 3 coats on.
Oh, well, let me tell you, that stuff, it went on nice. It really went on nice. I was shocked, actually.
No problem. We're going to see it.
Yeah, so I'm taking it out. My son's coming over here with the power wash. Just going to clean it up real quick.
This whole thing will.
I'm going to take it all off. I just started blowing everything off so I can get the dust out of it.
When you mask the car,
Yeah.
you're going to mask it from here. You're going to put dark tape here, wash the jams, do everything.
Okay.
It'll drain nice.
Okay.
The only problem is trying not to get too much water in there.
No.
I hate that. I mean, you can't do anything about it.
No, I know. We'll get it.
How did you finish that?
Take a look. That seam seal down in there.
We'll clean that up before you do it.
Okay.
Let's see. Put spare moldings on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta clean that up.
All right.
You can do that with just, seam seal.
I'll hit it real quick.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
What do you think? Take a look. See if I missed anything. I think it's pretty good. But let the body guy, because we know we're good from the knees down, because body guys don't bend down.
Came a long way. Looks good.
Well, you know, this car went from sitting in a field in a storage container to here with a motor in it and a train. But it's getting there. All right, guys, I'm just going to talk to Jerome for a minute. I'll be right back. The video that I actually started this video yesterday, and I rolled the car out. It was right up to the point where Jerome showed up. I rolled the car out, and it's just as I was going through the car, I was noticing more and more things. So I put blue tape everywhere, kind of everywhere where I think you would see it. Like this here, even this here, there's a tiny little dot right there. Just, this is all minimal stuff. And I'm thinking, I was going to let it go. And I'm like, the car wasn't going to get painted yesterday. So what I ended up doing, and I know how much you guys love watching me sand a car and do it over and over and over again. So unfortunately, the bad news was I did that and I didn't record it because I just couldn't put you through it anymore. So now the car was all pretty much sanded down. I de-ate it, and usually the finer you make it and the smoother you make it, the more and more noticeable you'll notice any little imperfections in it. So I started noticing more and more and more, the more and more I was blocking it down, and then I finally hit it with DA with one of those interface like this right here. And it's got like the soft pad right there. It's an interface pad. So it kind of forms a little bit to the body on minor curves. So I hit the car with that yesterday. I don't know, you really can't see it, but and it still has to be wiped down. So the car really, if I wipe this whole car down, it should have like a, you should be able to see kind of like any of the light reflections through it. So that's what I started seeing yesterday, and that's when I started seeing all the slight little imperfections. And don't get me wrong, out of maybe the 10 that I'm going to fix right now, there's probably 30. But at least let's hit the 10 that stand out, and maybe the other 20 that are left. I don't think you're really going to notice it at all. I could spend another week on this car if I wanted to, but I think I got this car. I think this car is I think this car's straighter than Cali, the blue car that we just did. I think this car's going to look straighter and it's going to come out nicer. And not to say that Cali didn't come out nice, because that car was a pretty car, but I think this car is going to be just as pretty. Fingers crossed anyway. I really think it's going to look pretty decent. So kind of now the game plan for today. Oh, there's something I want to tell you. So that was yesterday. So I cleaned up. You know, I've just been dragging my feet. So I cleaned up yesterday. I put everything away, put everything back in here. Put the hood over there, because I'm not carrying that thing again by myself. And my son's coming over here today. So this is the game plan for today. I want to roll this car back out over there, hit all the little blue tape spots that I missed. And once that's all done, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to blow it all off. Then I'm going to come inside here, and I'm going to wash this all down. Try to get this as clean as I can. You know, clean it up pretty decent. I want to spray down the plastic all around. And the thing about plastic is, it creates like a static electricity. So when you're painting, things are just drawn to the plastic. Here's what the problem is. When it moves around like this, that's when it wants to knock the dust off. But it'll still draw it back, but you want to try to keep it so it doesn't bounce around as much. Like I said, this is no spray booth. This is as close as I could get to a spray booth, you know, with what I have. So I'm just going to try to minimize as much of the dust as I can. And it should be pretty decent. It should be all right. You know, Jerome's like, listen, now we can paint that car in the driveway. He's like, I'll put 4 coats on it. You can sand it down with 40 grit. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, that's still storable. He's like, you won't have a problem. We'll get a little bit in the paint, I'm sure. He's like, but it's nothing that we won't be able to manage. I said, all right, perfect. You know, like I tell you guys all the time, I've painted cars before, but never to the point where I wanted them really, really laser straight. I just wanted them nice and clean looking. And I'm learning a lot from Jerome, so I'm kind of just, I so badly just want to grab the gun and start shooting it, but with Jerome, he's kind of teaching me a little bit of patience, and that's something you have to have with body work. I say it all the time, just when you think you're done, you're only halfway there, and I think that's so truthful, because I thought I was done with this car days ago, but the more you work on it, the more you see, and the more you want to get out of it. So that's where we are right now. So that's what I want to try to do. The game plan is to jet this car out, get this whole place cleaned up. This car will be painted tomorrow. I won't get it done today. I just have too much to do. You know, so Jerome keeps popping in to see where I am. He's like, "Are you ready?" He's like, "No, you're not ready." You know, and every time he comes, I'm like, "Do me a favor, walk around the car, check to see if I missed anything." And there are little bit things here and there. Like I missed things that he found, and then I showed him things that he didn't notice. So it's nice when you have more than one set of eyes. So that's pretty much where we are. But I want to show you, today I ran over to Joe to check on Lucky. So take a look to see where Lucky is. Hopefully Lucky's going to get jammed out next week, he told me. He's like, we'll have Lucky jammed out next week, and then the following week it should be all painted by the end of next week or the beginning of the following. And he's like, so in 2 weeks, basically, he says Lucky should be ready to roll out the door. And I'm like, all right, that's perfect. I said, do me a favor, though. I said, it's for Glenn. He's my neighbor. I said, this car has to look nice. He's like, don't worry about it. I will make it look nice. So fingers crossed, it's going to look good. So you know me, enough babbling. What do you say we take a look at Lucky right now? Here we go. Look, he's getting there. Lucky really is getting there. I can't wait to get that car back so I can get it done so Glenn can start enjoying it for what's left of this summer. So what do you say, enough rambling, what do you say we take this car, we roll it outside and just fix all those little tape spots? So it's going to be more sanding, and the more I'm looking at it, I'm starting to see, like, it's so faint, you know, it's smooth as glass, but you can still see a little bit here and there. So I'm probably going to DA that down a little bit more. And I won't bore you though. What I'll do is I'll just fast forward that immediately. This way that's done and over with. And once that's done, we still got to pull all this off, all the paper out. It's just so much that's got to get done. It's got to get all retaped off and everything like that. So we'll get it though. We're going to get this car. This car will be painted tomorrow. Fingers crossed. It will be painted tomorrow. Which leads me to something else actually. Because most likely if I paint this car tomorrow, I won't be able to do that live that I wanted to do with Mr. Wilson. So what we'll do is we'll get another day. And I didn't even realize it was Memorial Day. It was Labor Day weekend. So what we'll do is within the next week or so, I want to do a live. We will do a live. And we're going to go over what it costs to put this car together. And it'll give a chance, to just to talk to you guys. You can ask Mr. Wilson whatever questions you want. Ask me whatever questions you want to ask me. And I'll just ask Mr. Wilson what he thinks. I know a little bit. I don't know a lot. I know a little bit. I know enough to get by. So that's about it. You know me, I could just keep rambling on forever. What do you say we get started on this? Let me set this phone up, camera, and we'll roll this car right back out to where we had it yesterday. So we can get started on it. So here you go. It's always the little guy that's got to push the big heavy stuff. Funny, it seems like the more you push it, the easier it goes. Oh, there we go. There, we got that out. Let me bring you guys out over here. I still have to set up the compressor and everything like that. But we'll get you out here. I won't bore you to death. All right? I'm just going to fast forward all the stuff that you've seen me do 100,000 times. All right, maybe 3 or 4 times. But that's pretty much the car right here. I mean, I'm really excited about trying to get this car done. I think this car is going to be a fun car for somebody. So we'll see. I have a stock 10-bolt rear in it, non-posi. And the motor that's in it probably makes like 300 horsepower. So it's just going to incinerate that one tire. So in my travels, if I come across a good deal on a posi rear, I may just swap it out. I have no problem. I have no qualms with swapping it out if I can get a good deal on one. Just to make this car even that much more fun. So we'll see. Alrighty, here we go. All right, what do you say we block this down a little bit more? But we'll get it. There's a little spot right here. I gotta tell you, I'm super happy with this high build prime. Evercoat makes a good quality product with this right here. I'm very, very happy with it. You could sand almost anything out of here. It goes on so thick. It'll close door gaps on you. Almost. All right, guys. Here we go. All right, now I think we got it all. Fingers crossed. It'll be all right. I think what we're gonna do is now we're gonna blow this whole car off. We're gonna blow the garage out. We're gonna blow all the dust as much as we can away. Once we think we got all the dust blown away, we'll do it again, because that's like same thing with body work. When you think all the dust is gone, you're only halfway there. So I think we'll just start blowing all the dust out of here, and then we'll start from inside the garage. We'll mist everything down and wash everything down, and see what we can do, and just get this thing ready. Then we got to pull all this paper off, and we got to retape everything. So we'll get it. Alrighty, give me a second. Let this compressor turn off. Let me get set up. I'll be right back. Alright guys, my son's here. He's DAing down the trunk. Excuse me, he's DAing down the hood. Right over there. Just cleaning it up. That's going to get sealed. So we'll scuff it up, we'll clean it up nice, we'll block it a little bit, but it's pretty straight. I ran my hand over that up and down, and it's pretty straight. So now, hopefully what we'll do is we'll start pulling the paper over this, and we'll set up the hose and the compressor, and we'll start cleaning this out. Maybe we'll start cleaning that out, we'll bring that over here, and just start squaring things away, getting it ready, because then we have to retape the whole car again. So give me a second, let me set this up. I'm not really crazy about the 320 on here. You know, you see all the loops. Was this on here, or all these right here? Take a look. Here, hit this right here. Let's see what it does. Oh, perfect. Perfect. This was on here from the previous person. You know, and I know we checked this hood. I know this hood was nice and clean and straight. Maybe something there. Uh-oh. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Oh, I thought I felt a big dent. Yeah, this is perfect. This guy used way too aggressive paper on that. Yeah, when he hit, whoever DA'd this, they went crazy with it. You know, so that's just smooth and easy. If you could just get the light scuffs out, you're in good shape. That looks good. All right, the hood's all DA'd down. I gotta clean that up. I gotta tape the top up and flip it upside down, because that's gotta get painted. And we pulled all the paper off, blew everything off. So game plan is, my son's gonna blow everything out of the garage. Everything this way. Then from there, he'll continue onto the car, blow everything out of the garage. Onto the car, off the car, you know, down the block, I hate to say it. And then we're going to come back in here and start washing everything down. So let's see what we can do. Let me set this phone up over here, the camera. I'm going to put this right over here, okay, buddy?
Okay.
And then just, however you want to do it, just make it go this way. All right, this fan should help. I'll draw that fan on over there so it kind of does this little whirlpool thing. Hopefully that'll help you. Let me just get out of your way, okay? You're good to go. All right, guys. pretty much the end of the day. I'm not going to go much further. I'm just dragging myself today. I don't know why. But we're right there with it. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know if you can see down the side. It's pretty straight. I think it's pretty straight. Is it laser straight? No. Could we get a laser straight? 100%. But that's another build in itself. That's another probably another week at least, maybe 2 weeks, just smoothing out the bodywork. But I have to say, I'm pretty happy with it. I think this car's gonna look sweet with a nice coat of paint on it. So give me a second. We're just gonna clean up here. We got all this done in here. Power wash the floor. And I may just drop a curtain right here from here straight down just to cover this. But we'll see. You know, we'll do that probably first thing in the morning because Jerome's like, Al, I can run over there tomorrow and give you a hand painting it, which means, Al, I can go over there tomorrow and paint it. So I'm fine with it. I really am. You know, I'm more of a visual learner than I'm a picture guy, not a reading guy. So give me a second. My son and I, we're going to clean up over here. Then we'll go over everything and what's going to go on tomorrow. And for Friday night's car show, don't forget to send in your rides, okay? It's Friday night's car show. So just send 2 pictures and your name to my email address, keepitsimplegarage@gmail.com. And really just what the car is, you know, the year or whatever it is and your name. And you'll be in Friday night's car show, okay? We got a decent amount of cars. A lot of guys started sending their cars in early, so it should be a nice car show this Friday. And with your help, it'll even be a better car show. Alrighty? So give me a minute. I'll be right back. Alright guys, it's the end of the day. Let's go over what we got done. It was kind of a crazy day. A few people stopped buying stuff, which is fine, but the problem with me is I love to stop and talk. So this is what we got done. We power washed the car. Everything, this whole car is blocked down. It's got to be wiped down now. A little bit. It's got to be wiped down just a little bit here and there, some spots, because I didn't go really crazy with the power washer. But the car is pretty clean. I got anything out of the nooks and crannies, I think. And we got this done right there. This is all ready to go. This right here, I got to tape that off and wrap it and then flip it upside down. But before I do that, I got to fill all these, I got to put tape over this, over these holes here, all along for the spoiler holes. So, you know, it just doesn't blow through or anything like that. And, you know, and maybe get that dirty. Because that came out good. That's a show quality trunk deck right there. So I could say we have a show quality trunk. So when we take the car to a car show, at least, you know, hey, check out this trunk I have over here. But so we got to get that done. We got to get the spoilers already scuffed down. That's ready to go. As far as the car, we have to tape the whole car off, everything, because we're gonna paint in here, all along in here, all the jams. Everywhere, really. We got to paint everything in this car. We got to tape off the doors. From here, we got to back tape it right here and run it probably to about here. And I don't really care too much about the gutter rails because they're going to get the chrome trim on it. So, you know, we'll hit it to the gutter rails. And if you know those gutter rails, they are so... I mean, if you put a coat of paint on that, you're just almost shaving it away with a razor blade just to get those to snap back on again. They're super tight. So that's why if you notice that this is all taped up when we were doing the self-etching primer. And I got to tell you, that Evercoat self-etching primer, I'm a huge fan of that. I can't see not doing a car with it. It's just so helpful, especially for me, because I'm really just starting to get into this and learn this. And I think, for me, it's a game changer. So that Trans Am, that black Trans Am that we got, I don't know, maybe about a month ago, maybe, we're going to paint that car black. I want to keep that car all stock. I had the original carburetor rebuilt. I want it all stock. It's going to have a set of BFGs on there. And just a sweet little riding car. Nothing crazy. Just a cool little car just to cruise around and jump on the parkway. Let my wife drive it, do whatever she wants with it. You know, she'll take it to the beach and leave it in the parking lot all day long. So, you know, I want to make it nice, but, you know, not too nice so somebody's going to want to take it. And somebody will probably take it anyway, so what are you going to do? But that's pretty much it, you know. You know me, squirrel. Tomorrow, game plan tomorrow. I'm gonna get out in the garage and tape all this up, back tape this all around in here. I gotta tape this whole car off, and I don't mind it. Oh, I gotta hit this with the dart tape, right? Well, the dart tape is this stuff right here. That's this right here. You take that, and it's a tape, but it's around styrofoam with tape on it. So you run it down here, just a little bit inside. So when you shut the door, you don't get all that overspray blowing into the door gap and everything. And we got to do it all around the doors, everywhere, along the bottom, all around, just to keep any of the overspray from going on to the original jams that were painted last week. So, and you know, even with that, there's so many different ways you can do this. I could have hung the doors. I could have left the front end on the car and taken the doors off and stuff. But there was stuff on the firewall that I wanted to clean up. I'm like, you know what? I have an opportunity. I had the doors on there. Let's just yank the nose off the car. While the nose off, we'll jam it out like that. We'll slam it back together. Then I'll block it out. Because a lot of guys, you could block it out before. You could block it out after. There's so many different ways to do it. So for me, this is the easiest way to do it. And you see, I'm very limited to room. So it was the easiest way for me to do the car. To hang the fenders and everything. And leave the doors on. And just jam it out that way. So it was kind of like doing it a little piecemeal, but that's the way I had to do it for the size of the garage that I have. And by no means am I a body guy. I'm really not. I can Picasso anything. I can make anything look pretty decent. But, you know, now I'm learning. I learned a lot with Jerome. I really did. And I know how Jerome is. Jerome's like, I'll go over there tomorrow. And, you know, we'll do it tomorrow. I'm like, where? I'll be the guy holding the hose, walking around so it doesn't get caught on the wheels. You know, we got to water down the floor. We got to put a chain around the rear axle, wet that chain down too. And this way it's not, because if not, it's almost like it creates like a static and it draws everything. That's what's so neat about the plastic. The plastic draws everything to it. So for a quick little job like this, we should be fine. I think we'll be fine. And so hopefully this car will have some paint on it tomorrow. So 2 things. Tomorrow, we're going to have a winner for this welder. And I'm going to clean it up because it's dirty. I'll clean it all off. I'll put it back in the original box right there. And I'll draw the name. And whoever wins, I'll let you know who it is. And I'll let all you guys know at the end of the video, at the end of the car show. And all you have to do is just contact me through my email at keepitsimplegarage@gmail.com. Just say, hey Al, you know, this is blah blah blah, you know, I want a welder, and just send me your information and I'll weld it right out. I'll send it right out to you. It might take me like 2 or 3 days because I'm a little busy, but I will send it out to you. And it's a neat little welder. It really is. It's a great welder for starting out. It really is. I mean, that little welder packs a good punch. It'll take care of almost any job you need to take care of, and you can actually just see whether you like welding or not, or, you know, see if you want to take it to the next level or go with a gas welder or not, you know, because Louis at First Generation Garage, he's just a flux core welder. He doesn't use gas, and he's a welder machine. So, you know, so it all depends on who you are. But I used to use that all the time. I used to use the flux core welder all the time. That's all I use. I used it for 20 years. I used it, but before that, I used to use a gas welder. I used to use a Hobart welder, big Hobart welder, really nice welder, a Miller welder. And once you get kind of used to using the gas, it's hard to go back to the flux core. But it doesn't mean that the flux core is bad. It still works very well. That little welder, I could have put this whole car together with that welder. I mean, it's not a bad welder. It's really not. So hopefully, one of you guys are going to win this welder. And I'm, like I say, just contact me with my email, through my email, and I'll send it out to you within like 3 or 4 days. Okay. So that's one thing. Whew, that was a lot. The second thing is, don't forget to send pictures of your rides. Okay. Tomorrow night's car show, Friday. I don't know what time we're going to get this car painted and what time I'm going to get done, but I will post the cars tomorrow night. And there's some pretty cool cars. You guys started early this time. So, but that's pretty much it. So knock on wood, patches will have a coat of paint on it tomorrow. All right. And I think that's it. As far as the live, like I say, I'm not gonna be. I was gonna do a live with Mr. Wilson, but I don't know how long this is gonna take us. So I'd rather just do that one day next week, sometime, or maybe next Friday or something like that. We're gonna do a live, and it should be a lot. It should be a good time. So I hope you guys join us, and we're gonna go over this car right here. What it costs to put this car together, out of pocket, how much it costs to put this one together. But everyone's different. So, it all depends. I had almost all the parts, and I got good deals on everything, and a lot of people donated stuff, and I can't thank you enough. So that's me, I could just babble all day long. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and you guys take care of yourselves. And I hope you're here tomorrow to see how this car gets done, okay?